Hello and welcome to another episode of Backtesting, the ICT 2022 Mentorship. This is episode 19 for Trading Day Monday, January 15th, 2024. And before we start, I do want to jump in and mention that this is a holiday for the general U.S. stock market. For futures, however, showing you how the market will be basically closed between 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there's going to be a 5-hour window where the market will not be open. This will be noted on our chart. Jumping down to the 1 hour. Looks like we took out some relative equal highs. Another short-term high. Based on the daily chart, I'd say overall we're slightly bullish, but lately we've been having indecisive candles and having sideways action, so there's a good chance we might see more of that until we finally do break out of it. I'm going to switch things up and jump directly into my drawings and the 5-minute chart. So we marked a 1 hour fair value gap. There we are. That's around 2 to 4 a.m. And then just marking some key points of interest. Sell side. So here we have a fair value gap occurring around 8 a.m. We are not really interested in taking any trades until 8:30. So we can wait until that time to set something up. $8:30, we can enter this trade, putting our stop right at the start, the first candle of the fair value gap. Now, why are we going short here? Well, with this move down, taking out this short-term low, these other candles aren't very, don't have a lot of energy. This one has some displacement to it. So it makes me think that we're going to be taking out this sell side down here. As much as I am bullish for the day, this move changed my mind temporarily. Now bullish, I'm not very strongly bullish. I think we're going to see a lot of whipsaw and or sideways movement. So that's why, although I do have a slightly bullish bias, I am keeping my eye out for anything. I am cautious. So this, we are looking for a taking out of these stops. Right at 8:30, we enter the trade. Okay, so that is a winner. Now, when we enter at this time, we have to go down to a lower time frame to see how that really plays out. So right at 8:30, this candlestick opens, goes up, and then closes. So we can get our entry that we want. Once it hits this, it does move back and then forward and down. And so it does turn out in our favor. Moving on. Just wild. So here's a fair value gap, but I do not consider this as a market structure shift. I'm not saying that's right. That's just my opinion and my definition. What I like to see is a stronger move with a full-bodied candle, not just a wick up. That's why I like this move down, but not this move up. So I am calling this a market structure shift. Taking out this short-term low with displacement. So in the 2022 mentorship, order blocks are something that aren't discussed in detail. I did end up going elsewhere to learn a little bit more about them. What I'll say is these three candles make up a bullish order block. So a lot of people denote that with OB plus. I'm just going to say OB right now. But I'm also going to look for an entry using the 2022 model. I'm not just going to go solely on order block. So I'm going to jump down to the 2 minute. So there's a fair value gap. If I go back to the 5, you can see that we are able to mark this order block as follows. If the top of the wick goes through a fair value gap, then you use the top of the wick. Otherwise, you use the top of this candle, not the wick. So that's why this is our order block. On the 2 minute, when you have confluence of order block plus fair value gap plus market structure shift, which is what you'd call this, that I feel very confident in putting a trade on right here, and then taking partials here, and then taking the rest of it off up here. As we can see that play out, it plays out perfectly. Take our partial, take the rest of it off. Switching back to the 5 minute, we do have a fair value gap here. I was considering putting more on, more size, and then still reaching for this level, but it's not really something that I have done before. Let's just say that. Before I get too far ahead, this is when we're going to have the holiday gap. This line denotes not only the close at 1 p.m. Eastern, but also the resuming of trading activity at 6 Eastern. Personally, I want to avoid that. So this is a imbalance going into lunch. Trades up into, it does take out short-term low, but here we are 1 hour before close, coinciding with lunch. I'm not even interested in taking any more trades for the rest of the day. I will have this jump ahead. There we go. So that's the rest of the day. I'm satisfied with this trade and this trade. Recapping. Let's do some math. Number of points, 18.75. Take a partial. Of 11. And then the full trade, 19.75. Heat potential, 6.25. $5.5. So now we can calculate our contracts. 50 divided by 6.25 is 8. Divided by 5.5 is 9. To 8, 9, 18.75 times 2 times 8 is 300. Oh, 11 times $2 per tick times half a 9. 5 contracts for that first trade. It's 110. Four contracts times $2 a tick times 19.75 is 158. 158 plus 110 plus 300 is 568. There we go. 568. There you go. Well, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. If you could like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Any questions? Put them in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.